right, welcome back everybody. Today we are talking about ApeCoin. Ton of hype around this one. So excited to dive in. We're going to be breaking down what the coin is, what it's going to be used for, and then as much price prediction and chart analysis as we can go into. I think that's going to be a little bit more limited and a little bit more speculative right now, given that the coin just dropped a couple days ago, actually just yesterday. So we're just going to hop right in and kind of give you a good background on what it is, give you an understanding, and then we'll get into that analysis piece as well. So let's get started. So first of all, obviously, if it wasn't self-explanatory already, the ApeCoin is the official cryptocurrency of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And, this is essentially the most popular NFT collection of all time. We're seeing over 450,000 Ethereum in volume. So that's close to $1.4 billion of secondary volume that's been traded within the NFT collection. And, right now, the minimum being 92.3 ETH roughly to be a part of this NFT community. And that's about $270,000 right now. So as you can imagine, looking at how expensive these are and then also how much volume they've done since they launched last year, you can assume that they have some money around for further investments and further growth of the project. So that's kind of what we're going to get into now. So how it opened up was just on the 17th. Bored Ape owners as well as Mutant Ape owners were able to actually claim their tokens. So if you had one Bored Ape, that's 10,000 tokens right now valued at 130 grand. Mutant Apes are about a fifth of that at 2,000 tokens. So that claim is going to consist of 150 million tokens in total, so about 15% of their total 1 billion supply. Another 470 million tokens are going to the DAO treasury and for resources for the project and for further investments that the project owners will vote on. And then we're going to see the rest of that kind of distributed between different partnerships and different launch supporters for the actual coin, including some of the Base founders, and then additional money for the company and charity endeavors as well. So that's how it's going to be broken up in terms of token distribution. Again, a total of 1 billion tokens to come. Right now, there's about 270 million circulating supply. And that's obviously based on the fact that it's going to take some time for all these folks to claim their tokens. And these are going to be slowly rolled out per month over the next 2 years. So definitely something to keep your eye on there. And I just wanted to, talk about, again, trying to quantify the actual monetary value of Bored Ape Yacht Club, because that kind of helps us value the coin, right? Just to give you an idea, there was a rumor going around, somewhat substantiated that a deal for the company was put on the table, valuing it at $5 billion, which, you're talking about some high growth SaaS valuation type of money right there. So very, very impressive. But just to give you another idea of how much money and how much funding they're actually working with here. And one of the big moves they recently made was actually acquiring Larva Labs. So Larva Labs is the group that owns, or formerly owned, CryptoPunks and Meebits. So they had the IP rights transferred to Yuga Labs, and Yuga Labs has announced that they plan on actually giving the CryptoPunks and Meebits owners their IP rights, which they previously hadn't had. So definitely a very good faith, good brand move from Yuga Labs. So now if we go a little bit into the coin, right now we're sitting at 13.25. Given that it started around the $6 level, very impressive that it's come this way only in a day or so. Like we said before, about 28% of the circulating volume is out there right now out of that total 1 billion to come. It's had some crazy volume. It's up there with Ethereum volume. It's already a rank 35 token, already a pretty large market cap given it's only been out for a day, and just shows you kind of the confidence in the community and the amount of financial backing that this group actually has. So definitely, excited and looking forward to watching this kind of progress. But I'm happy to kind of dive into, as much as we can in terms of chart analysis. Obviously it's going to be relatively limited, given that, the coin's only been out essentially a day. But we can start looking at, potential key levels. We can pop a fib extension up here really quick and zoom in and give us just a little bit of an idea of where the next key levels are. It's pretty clear that, this 12.6, 12.7 area is at least in the last, half a day or so, has been a critical support. Again, all of these things that I'm saying about this chart come with a caveat that we really haven't seen that much historical movement yet, given it's only been out for a day. So, all this take with a grain of salt, but it's just, what we can do with the chart for now. So when we're looking at this, obviously strong support around 12.6, 12.7, but our big resistance point right now is at $14.80. So what I could foresee happening, since we've already kind of had our initial run up here from all of the hype and everything going on, and that's over 150%. After we had that initial run, I think now it's most likely we're headed for a consolidation period. So something where we're playing in this area for quite some time. Obviously anything can happen, but I could foresee us kind of playing within, these kind of fibs for a little, and hopefully standing on top of 14.8. And then once we go to 14.8, we'd push for that 16.5 position right there. So right now in the short term, I think we're probably looking at, a range between 12.5 and, maybe 17.5 up here. This is our previous all-time high right at about $18. And that matches up with the 0.5 fib at 17.7. So definitely, something to watch out for there. Once we kind of start playing between these two, and just to mark that down, between these two, that's when we can start seeing a better push to the upside. So I would assume consolidation between this channel and then a stand on top of 14.8, the 0.236 fib, and then I would assume additional consolidation here before we push for the all-time high. So I think it's going to take some time, but it's really anything goes at this point, right? I mean, no one really knows too much. We just know that it's backed by some serious money, some solid fundamentals, a very strong team, and about as solid of a project as you can get in the NFT space, the most famous, the most sought after group. So definitely not something to bat an eye at, definitely something to keep your eye out on. One last thing, let's just talk about, maybe longer term price predictions. So if all this goes according to plan in terms of how they're going to roll out their business strategy, let's say we do stay bullish, right? And obviously given what BTC and ETH are doing, they look like they're coming back. We'll see if that remains the same, but that's going to factor in as well. But in terms of where we're looking at long term, we need to keep in mind how large our market cap is already. We're already at 13.6, and to give you an idea of where that's at, that's 35th. So we're sitting around, we're sitting around Sandbox, we're sitting around FTX token, Uniswap, Stellar, a lot of really, really big projects, Link. So, we're already pretty up there in terms of market cap. I think the best we can hope for short term is a double in market cap. And that would put us, somewhere between these two fibs. And, given that these are such a wide range as well, it would make some sense that we break through that all-time high and then see some wide range consolidation in this wider channel. So I think, longer term, kind of tempering expectations, reasonable long-term expectations. I think we're looking for a 2x right now. And I'm saying that based on, how large our market cap is already, right? I mean, we're already looking at 13.7 and we're a day out. We're going to have the supply going up as well. That's something else to keep in mind. So that's going to add some additional sell pressure over the next coming days. And you can see some sells coming in right now, but we're going to see additional sell pressure over the next coming days and weeks because these ape owners are going to be coming in and claiming their tokens, cashing out, getting some of that money and selling off, all of it or chunks of their claim. So I think we're going to see some sell off. There's a chance to, more so to the downside that we come back down and start testing these other support areas, right? Especially if the sell-off really comes, more aggressively than speculative buyers come in. Because right now there is no utility. It's expected to be used for, things like a governance token, unifying spend across their ecosystem, and incentivizing people to take part in the community. So this is, upcoming utility, right? It's not necessarily utility that's in existence right now. So you need to keep that in mind. Everyone that's buying this right now is buying it thinking that it's going to go up, right? And obviously every investment you buy thinking it's going to go up, but it's not based on any particular fundamentals, right? So every buyer coming in right now is completely speculative. And so most of the sellers are ones who got these tokens for free, meaning there's kind of some assumed sell pressure there. So just something to keep in mind, I would watch it, and watch for this channel between 14.8 and 12.5. If we come back here, let's say this bottom, we ricochet, come off this fib, come again, this would be a triple bottom. And a triple bottom is super, super bullish. A triple bottom could send us above 14.8, stand on top, and keep into this area for another consolidation period. So obviously we're doing a lot of speculation here, but sometimes that's the name of the game in crypto. I'm just really excited to see where this goes. I'm excited about Web3 and NFTs in general, as well as seeing where Bored Ape Yacht Club goes. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. That wraps things up. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to hear about specifically in the comments, and drop a like if you found this helpful. I think that there's a lot of exciting stuff coming in Web3, and I'm just happy to share this all with you, and hopefully I can provide some help and guidance, and hopefully you learn something. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.